All right, welcome in. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and typically I don't go live for like a quick segment, but I just want to get this out here as soon as possible. Um, Kendall Blanton's been cut. I'm a little surprised by that. A little surprised. But what I will say is this, okay? For people that are like, what's going on? Why is Kendall Blanton getting cut? Like, what is happening? I'm going to try to make sense of what I just witnessed, but essentially, the Rams waived no recall Kendall Blanton, running back Raymond Calais, defensive back Jaron McVay, and running back AJ Rose. So that does mean that there are some guys there. You talk about Trey Regis, who scored the touchdown last night. He is on the team still. Jake Funk is there. Kyron Williams is there. But the tight end is the thing that is very interesting to me because a lot of people, including, Jordan Rodriguez, assumed that Kendall Blanton was a lock to make the 53. And a lot of people would have said that maybe Bryson Hopkins last year was in this spot. So, a little surprising. But this kind of feeds into what I've been saying. You got to give a little to get a little. And so if you were one of those people that wanted Lance McCutcheon on this roster, if you wanted whoever on this roster, you have to realize that there are some tough cuts to make. And it's why I mentioned Jake Funk, but Kendall Blanton's a really interesting one, but I think it really does confirm that Lance McCutcheon is going to be on this 53-man roster. Like, guaranteed confirms this. And here's why I believe this. Because Lance McCutcheon now is part of that 53. As of right now, he would be a part of the 8 receivers. They still have other receivers, but I think he'd be a part of the 8 receivers. But I think that they are now saying that they're going to commit to Jacob Harris at tight end. The other option is Roger Carter, who scored a touchdown yesterday in special teams. So this could be an option here. They could be adding, Roger Carter to the roster. Maybe he gets, the 53. But it's very interesting and eye-opening. It wasn't something that I really expected to see. Obviously Kendall Blanton, there's a lot of people, including myself, would probably say that the Rams don't win the NFC title game without Kendall Blanton. So to cut a guy like that, to cut a NFL player, a guy who's very much worthy of having NFL reps in the regular season, a guy that's helped you in the postseason, to cut a guy like that just to keep a UDFA tight end is a little weird. To cut a guy like that just to keep a UDFA wide receiver is a little weird. So it does beg the question, are they trying to bring him back on the practice squad? What's the deal here? Because Blanton is somebody that they've developed. This is a surprise to me. But this also does speak volumes to the fact that Bryson Hopkins was a draft pick. Kendall Blanton was a UDFA. Bryson Hopkins was a draft pick, the 4th round pick in 2020. And now he has just moved himself up to the 2nd tight end. After I was just saying I saw them more as on a rotational basis, I did find it very interesting they were both playing down to the wire in preseason. And now I think we know. Kendall Blanton is no longer on the Rams. We'll see what ends up happening, but shocking events here. And even more so shocking, the fact that now this guy that people thought wasn't even going to make the team last year, Bryson Hopkins, he stepped up in the Super Bowl, and now it looks like he's going to be tight end number 2. Remains to be seen. Have to imagine at some point they are going to add another player here. They're going to, keep another tight end on the roster. I can't see them not doing that. I understand, Roger Carter is a UDFA, but maybe he is a guy that they like a lot and they don't want to see go. Maybe it's for another position. I didn't see much. I mean, you guys let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but I didn't see much usage of Grant Haley this week. Maybe I just missed him, but maybe I didn't. Maybe he's made the roster. Maybe they're keeping 7 corners. Maybe, who knows? But this was a really surprising cut. And while there's always 1 to 2 of them, talked about that in the live stream earlier today, there's always 1 to 2 cuts that really are like, okay, I didn't expect that. This one somehow is one of the most surprising in recent memory. Maybe we overvalue Kendall Blanton, but I don't know. I thought he was an absolute lock. And I think really what this is saying is that McCutcheon is going to make the team. And because of McCutcheon, they may have just decided to put Jacob Harris back into that tight end role. After we were just talking about him being a wide receiver, maybe Jacob Harris is going to slide in and be tight end number 3. Maybe they just found that Blanton wasn't bringing that much to the table. Maybe they saw Jacob Harris's block at the end of the game and they're like, damn, we got to put him there. But really weird. Really weird stuff there. Wasn't expecting it. I don't think anybody was. So, yeah, I mean, I had to go live and just get it out here. It's pretty much going to be a video, so people after the fact can watch it. But I wanted to go live because I wanted to get it out as soon as possible. I wanted to be the first Rams YouTube channel to have it out. It's breaking news. It's relevant. Makes sense to have. So appreciate everyone who's in here. And if you are, be sure to leave a like so this thing will just blow up. I want everyone to see this because it's big news. Anytime you're cutting a guy who had a chance, who was one of the main contributors in the NFC title game to get you to a Super Bowl, it's always big news. So I'm curious in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. Who you would have cut instead, who you think should make the team, what you think this means. In conclusion, I think it means this. A bunch of things. I'm going to break it down here. The Rams cut. Let's look in the whole aspect of what they did with this roster move, okay? Because this is a whole big roster move. They're cutting players ahead of the deadline to get it down to 80. Oh, they also waived injured prior to the cut to 53 wide receiver J.J. Koski, which is a bummer for him, but he did get hurt, so yeah. J.J. Koski was waived. So if you're doing the math, it's Landon Akers, it's McCutcheon, and that's really it. Those are the two guys. Oh, and Austin Trammell. Those 3 are battling for a roster spot. I do think the 53-man is 100% going to have McCutcheon. But Blanton is really curious because, I mean, here it's Roger Carter. And maybe his special teams, he played a lot better special teams, and they felt like they had to keep him. Also could speak to, once again, I said, Jacob Harris. It could speak to what they think about Jacob Harris. So, there's that. And then the running backs, that's a curious one because A.J. Rose and Raymond Calais get cut, and Trey Regis, who was a late addition, is the one that is still on the team. Who knows? Does he have an inside track on the 53? Who knows? I don't think they need to keep 5 running backs at all. And I really like A.J. Rose, Asim Rose. So I was a little surprised to see that cut, but he didn't play a lot either, so I was also kind of surprised by that. Calais is probably somebody that they want to try and get back on the practice squad. And then Jaron McVay is the other one, the defensive back. Not really a surprise there. I think Deron Lowe has done a really nice job there, in the DBs. And, there are definitely some other guys. I think Daniel Isom, who iced the first game, with the interception. So I think that there are multiple avenues that the Rams could have gone. I was surprised they went with this avenue. Like I said, understand you have to make the moves. It is always a surprising thing, but yeah, I was not expecting that. Not expecting that whatsoever. So, with 1 more week to go of preseason, the Rams have cut their team down to 80 players on the roster. And since it's already been done, I'll bring up the roster. We'll just go over it. We'll read it off because why not? I wonder if the depth chart's probably already updated. I would have to imagine. Yeah, there it is. Blanton is gone, although it says Jamal Pettigrew's there. I thought they cut him, so it's probably just not updated. But weird stuff there. Very, very weird to see that Blanton is cut. So, if you're doing the math, there's 82 guys in the Rams building because of the active non-football injury to Traven Howard. He is on that list. Quentin Lake is on the physically unable to perform list. That's why I always say pup because I can't say that. So, in order In order of number, you have number 1 is Allen Robinson. You have Troy Hill. You have Cam Akers, Jordan Fuller, Austin Trammell, Jalen Ramsey, Darion Kendrick, Matt Gay, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Riley Dixon, Van Jefferson, John Wolford, Jacoby Durant, Tutu Atwell, Bryce Perkins, Ben Skoranek, Brandon Powell, TJ Carter, Tyler Hall, David Long Jr., Kyron Williams, Taylor Rapp, Terrell Burgess, Darrell Henderson Jr., Robert Rochelle, Trey Regis, Nick Scott, Jake Funk, Grant Haley, Deron Lowe, Jake Gervais, Daniel Isom. You got Matthew Orzek, Russ Yeast, Daniel Hardy, Bobby Wagner, Jared Pinkney. He's also still there, by the way, the tight end. So there's 2 tight ends. Then you have Chris Garrett, Roger Carter, Benton Whitley, Terrell Lewis, Ernest Jones, Leonard Floyd, Brian Allen, Christian Roseboom, Anthony Hines III, Justin Hollins, Jake Hummel, Logan Bruss, AJ Arcuri, Jeremiah Colon, Jack Snyder, Coleman Shelton, Maximilian Percher, Chandler Brewer, TJ Carter, the other TJ Carter, Elijah Garcia, Joe Noteboom, Bobby Evans, Tremaine Ankrum Jr., David Edwards, AJ Jackson, Rob Havenstein, Lance McCutcheon, Landon Akers, Jacob Harris, who's now listed as a tight end on the Rams roster on the website. It says tight end now. Bryson Hopkins, Tyler Higbee, Ernest Brown IV, Greg Gaines, Jonah Williams, Marquise Copeland, Ashawn Robinson, Bobby Brown III, Keir Thomas, Michael Hoyt, Braden Thomas, and Aaron Donald. So that is the Rams' current 80-man roster. Wow. Did not expect to go live after I already went live at noon, but sometimes breaking news happens. Sometimes things catch your attention, and this one caught my attention. So that's it for my quick hitter. I just wanted to go live to get this out as soon as humanly possible. Otherwise, I would have interacted with all of you in the comment section. Again, appreciate everyone being in here. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And also, if you enjoyed this video and other videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon on your mobile phone. You'll never miss another Jake Ellenbogen video. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, man, bummer about Kendall Blanton. Really appreciate all the contributions he's made. If this is the last time he's been a Ram, because I can't see him getting through waivers without getting claimed. If this is his last time as a Ram and they can't get him back on the practice squad, then it's really been, fun watching this guy develop. Anytime you take a UDFA who didn't really get a huge opportunity because of another guy in college where he was at Mizzou and he was doing his thing, but then you had Albert O doing his thing, kind of overshadowing him. Anytime you take a UDFA that was a backup in college and, turn him into a decent player in the NFL, a guy that ends up stepping up for you in the playoffs and helps lead you to the Super Bowl, it's always hard to see a guy like that go, especially when it's not free agency and you're cutting him. So, it wouldn't be the first time the Rams have cut somebody that was shocking, John Franklin Myers and many others. But, if that's the end of Kendall Blanton in LA, then, that's the end of Kendall Blanton in LA. And, we all thank him for what he's done for the team and wish him the best moving forward. But that is going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. But until next time, I'm Jake Ellenbogen. You guys take care.